This week is another edition of the Gulag. As we say, we reserve the right to change the name of these segments at any time. Although a part of me does enjoy how much it triggers certain people that we use this name. I'm not going to lie to you. This week's edition of the Gulag is actually, it's very fitting in a certain way because it's it's more institutionally focused. So this is like an institution that we could scrap in enlightened society.
We're gulagging a gulag.
We're gulagging a gulag, precisely. This is a tweet. As those who, let me, for a little context, there are wildfires raging across California. And the fire problem gets greater every year because of the climate crisis, which is because of capitalism. And people go out and they fight to restrain the fires, and they try to save people's homes and lives, and it's incredibly intense and dangerous. And this tweet was put out on the 31st of July by the California Corrections account at California Corrections. And maybe I'll just really spell this out. Corrections means prisons. Everybody knows that, right? Today, more than 2,000...
They're not fact checkers.
Yeah, they're not fact checkers. They're not volunteer coordinators, for that matter. Today, more than 2,000 volunteer inmate firefighters, including 58 youth offenders, are battling flames throughout California. Inmate fighters serve a vital role, clearing thick brush down to bare soil to stop the fire's spreads. And then there's a bunch of hashtags, including, ironically, Ferguson Fire. But, all right. First of all, the idea that you're putting the word volunteers in this tweet is fucking mind-blowing.
They're not volunteer inmates.
Yeah, they're inmates.
I
don't know what was the trade-off?
It should read
solitary or go clear brush.
If I was doing the copy editing for California Corrections, I would have said, say, inmate volunteer firefighters, just to make the volunteer correspond to firefighters.
Okay, so we could do, that would be the correct sort of pedant point. The broader point is you really shouldn't be talking about anybody who's incarcerated in shackles as doing anything voluntarily. This is some footage from California of the type of job that these guys are taking on. And look, let me say this. I have no doubt, and I don't want to discount the fact that there might be a number of these people who are actually finding meaning and purpose in helping in this effort, which obviously is an incredibly serious thing. And everybody who's out fighting it deserves incredible appreciation and acknowledgement. But the frame of that tweet and the way it was put across, when it could just as easily be read as, we just forced 2,000 people who are in jail to go fight incredibly dangerous fires, and they volunteered.
Which means we didn't have to pay them.
Which means we didn't have to pay them, just like we don't have to pay them for a whole bunch of other shit that they actually do. Bet you people didn't know about the secret labor force in this country.
It's disgusting that they wouldn't pay them.
It's disgusting that they wouldn't pay them a full rate. And this better help them in, whatever kind of parole process that any of them might have. It's a disgusting way to frame what they did. All appreciation, obviously, to everybody out fighting in that effort. But California Corrections, not just Twitter account, let's put the whole corrections institution in the gulag this week.
Not to be a downer, but I don't think this is the last we hear of correctional facilities using inmates as labor to fight climate crises.
No, this is going to be the beginning of a trend.
No,
There's no doubt about that.
Let's also not let the fact that the California Corrections Department has a Twitter account in the first place.
Right. Whatever happened to just being a proper, sinister organization?
Yeah.
I have to engage with our... Oh, God.
Yeah, and it's like, I would love to see what kind of off-brand PR firm pitched that account. So you guys are you guys are part of the community.
Every time I see somebody local to North Dakota do something I want to criticize publicly, and I find out that they have a Twitter account, I wonder why do you have this? Because now why? I can go at you.
That's Matt. Just I just can't believe this fucking idiot has a Twitter account. I'm gonna be at it for the next couple of hours. It's fucking awesome.